him and anybody else, particularly in a time like now where you have it's like a battlefield for like public perception when it comes to convictions, when it comes to anything that involves the police, the state, the government. And here's the thing: what he did, what Vlad was doing, knowing that he only has a certain amount of credibility himself. First of all, if you're official journalist, you're not paying for interviews, right? Second of all, if you're an official journalist, you're not taking positive comments that people are making, or you're not taking comments that people are making, like about what his technique is and how it lacks in any type of journalistic ethics. You're not going to take that down. You're going to present everything and and just pretty much let people decide on their own. So like that's what y'all are going through and what y'all been seeing recently with the police and all these different things. I've been living that since I was 16 years old. Actually, I've been living that since I was like 9 or 10. Because I'm from down here. I lived in Southwest Philadelphia, where the police came through, and like they bombed like a whole block, Osage Avenue, when I was a kid because of the move. You see what I'm saying? So I grew up conscious of all this stuff. Boosie, I don't know if he's conscious of it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's probably just responding as a fan of Micheal Jordan and somebody that love Micheal Jordan. Like, damn, okay, somebody killed Micheal Jordan's daddy, somebody got to kill them. I think that's a natural response, not knowing the facts. He doesn't know that, okay, Danny Green didn't kill Micheal Jordan's father. Danny Green didn't have any involvement in Micheal Jordan's father getting killed. Like, Danny Green only came in afterwards, and Danny Green did the exact same thing that he would have done for his friends, and that's to try to help him out however he could, so he doesn't know that. And so I don't know, I don't hold what I don't take it personal because it doesn't have anything to do with me. You see what I'm saying? It has something to do with this creation that these people have made to like try to justify and try to hide the like crimes that they commit against me and my family and also against the Jordans by them choosing to hide evidence, create evidence, falsify evidence. But it is indisputable that my co-defendant is lying. It's indisputable. Too many people are saying it. Newspaper editors that he's talking to have said it. He told lawyers. There's affidavit after affidavit after affidavit. So I would just say to Boosie, brother, just be conscious. He was in prison at one time, and I would just hope that somebody that's in his situation who has been here in the belly of the beast, that the same way that he was pulled out, that he was trying to pull somebody else that's out in my situation. I need all the help that I can get, and I don't need anything that's going to hinder me. And my humility in saying that is not because I'm scared, brother. Trust me, I've been in prison for 26 years, and I have the type of personality that you gonna love me or you gonna hate me, because I stand firm on what I like to believe, and I'm not shaking that off for nobody. I've had people that have tried to stab me before. I've had people that have come at me before, not because of Micheal Jordan, not because of my case, but just because when you have somebody that's going up against the system, then you have these officers that create hostile situations. The same thing that Vlad is trying to do is the same thing that officers do every day when it comes to somebody that's like, okay, I'm not going to respect your authority if you violate your own policy, if you violate your own rules, if you violate your own laws. So, I have nothing but, love for the brother. One of my favorite songs was, his song, that we gonna show the world what the definition of real is. So I'm asking him to show the world what the definition of real is. Get all these fucking devil ass crackers out of his ear, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that, and I'm using the word cracker not as a racial derogatory term directed at white people. I'm using it, in the way that it meant when you had plantations and you had people that would crack the whip and they would cause one slave that was a bigger slave to attack other slaves just to keep them in check. That's what's going on here, brother. You know what I mean? So, that's what it is, and I like wish them all the best, brother.
Absolutely, you can't do nothing but respect what you just said, and that makes a lot of sense. And that's a good tale and a good lesson for us all, not to be pulled into arguments and discussions that have nothing to do with us. because that's you right. That's how a lot of beef start in the street, in the prison system, around our communities, because it's always somebody there that's agitating a situation and they're not giving you the full information. So we should be cautious with our tongue. So I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. And like I said, I just appreciate you giving me the opportunity to put that out there because, best believe now, my my like first response was, Boosie said what? Tell that nigga, man, somebody gonna wipe him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my first freedom, and that's how the mind works, bro. Like, that's how we are, like, programmed to respond, bro. Like, we could program to have, like, this false sense of machismo where it's like, okay, then you said what? Okay, then I'm gonna go back and shoot. Nah, bro, we got to stop. Like, you got to step outside the cycle, bro. The only way that we gonna stop this whole cycle of like, bullshit is going on within us as a people is somebody has to have the like I said, the like humbleness to like step outside the cycle. And I'm not a humble person by nature, bro. I'm the type of person that you come at me, I come back at you. That's how I was raised, and that's why I'm in prison to a certain extent. But at the same time, bro, like I say, we got to, as we learn certain things that we've learned from our parents, our grandparents, that was necessary for their survival is to our detriment now, and we have to become better. And so when I talk to my nieces and to my nephews, I don't tell them, okay, well, if somebody jump you, I want you to jump them back. Or I want you to know, I'm telling them, listen, avoid conflict at any cost, because you may end up in a situation where somebody over something that means absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? Over something that absolutely has no barely a future or nothing. Now, if somebody puts you in a life or death situation, save yourself, do what you got to do. But I'm trying to teach my nieces and my nieces and my nephews and any child, bro, any kids out there, that we got to stop being pawns for these people, bro, because these people are trying to wipe us off this earth, bro. The reason why these people are so intent on making people think that Micheal Jordan's father was killed by young, because it fits their narrative. It fits the whole case that's being made against us. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to justify our genocide, our continued genocide. You see what I'm saying? This prison is just a process. It's a part of that genocide. But the plan is to wipe us off this planet. It just doesn't just start back here. Hey, we just go back thousands of years ago. This goes back to when India, was conquered by the people coming out of the north. You see what I'm saying? So this is not something new. We're going to fight for our people. And yeah, but we definitely have to be more conscious. I'm not saying everybody needs to walk around, vote to stop. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, bro, just do the same thing to somebody else that you expect and you want somebody to do it to you. And that's what I'm trying to do. Man, I done did dumb shit, bro. Yeah, I'm a fan every day for the rest of my life trying to make up for it, and trying to make up for me, for my family. But like I said, when it comes to my brothers and comes to my sisters, and that ain't restricted to race, you know what I'm saying? But I like trying to give, love to everybody. I never went to anybody, with some negativity. I always try to give people a chance, bro. And like I said, that's something that I think that with Boosie probably, I know that I've heard that people made threats against his family. Somebody said that his daughter was like somebody committed. So if he's in a situation where somebody made a threat against him, and then you bring up a topic where somebody's father, who was loved by everybody, was murdered, because he responded from his own fear from his daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's what he responded to. He's not responding to me because he doesn't know me. He doesn't know anything about the case. And I would just hope and ask that because he did make the comment that he made, that he take a little time and just look at some of the things about the case. I know that my niece, she has one called Rap is Real. That's a Facebook page. There may be some stuff up on, just some public record documents. They can verify everything that I've ever said about this case. So, like I said, that's a boost. That's for anybody. I'm trying to do the right thing. It's just support. If these people have their way, bro, these people are like going to try to slander Micheal Jordan. They're going to try to attack this man. They're trying to find a way to like use this case to exert leverage. That's what it's about. Because they view him and they view this case as a golden goose. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm still in prison. I'm not still in prison because because, I'm guilty. I'm not in prison because I don't have any evidence. The evidence is there. They're saying we're not going to even hear the evidence while it's inside North Carolina. We're give you a chance because you have a lot of infractions or because you talk a certain way. Brother, you don't have to be any type of angel, nothing to be innocent of crime. You see what I'm saying? So what they knowing that there's no proof, there's no evidence now, like Micheal saying, what they're trying to do, they're trying to make it about other things. Well, I have 100 write-ups. Of course I have 100 write-ups, but it's your people writing me up. That's how you discredit somebody. You see what I'm saying? And I've earned my fair share of them, or maybe about 30% of them. Yes, disobeying direct order. Sometimes if you tell me something stupid to do, I may not feel like doing it that day. I might not do it. That doesn't make me a killer. You see what I'm saying? It's the difference, bro. It's all, it's all part of the trick, you know what I'm saying? What we used to call trick knowledge back in the day. You know what I mean? It's all part of the same thing.
That's right. No, you're right. You're right. Cause it's just like Tupac had one of the best lines I heard in the song. He said, "You don't have to be in jail to be doing time." There are plenty of brothers out here walking around, never been in jail like that, never been to prison, and they are still locked up inside of their minds. And they feel, many of us feel the same way you feel outside of the walls. We just connected to a different system. Instead of us being physically around walls, we're mentally around walls. And you're absolutely right. Going to the store to get some Skittles and some candy, or walking around in the neighborhood, or selling Lucy's on the street will end your life. So you absolutely right.
Let me tell you something, man. But my cousin just got killed last week, bro. Her name was Kayla Kyle. Kayla was 32 years old. Had just came home from the Navy, had retired. She had a 20-year-old girl, and she had a 9-year-old son. Okay, she goes to the store, Family Dollars here in Lumberton, North Carolina, which is where which is where the case happened at. But I was living there at the time this happened. Okay, she goes to Family Dollar, bro. A guy who has some mental issues, apparently, I don't know for certain, because I'm saying apparently, because I'm going off of what they're choosing to put out. Apparently, a guy, he broke out of a mental health institution. It was her. She was this little young lady. Her name is Kim Hart. And I mean, just totally, bro, for that family, bro, and it's that unsafe. She stopped the therapy because of something. So that's what I'm saying about, how, that comes from his mental state. Now, here's the thing, brother, that a lot of these substances that we take to our body create mental illnesses at a very early age. A lot of times people smoking weed, they smoking marijuana, they smoking K2, and it's triggering mental of like different chemicals. So I mean, but we're under forms of attack. I mean, we're under attack by our food system. I might have to go on to the same thing. I'm the smartest kid, and I'm black. They're not trying to give me credit for anything. I'm opposite, so I just tune out. After a while, I think that was used to be trying it. You understand what I'm saying? They're attacking us that way, and it's being done to the substance to take it. So that's biological warfare. I'm not even talking about the corona. Here, see what I'm saying? They're attacking us that way, bro. It's being done that we're putting out, and this music that we're putting out is constantly promoting self-destruction. We're like, whether it's from the gang warfare, whether it's from the medication, but we can't, we got to do better than this, you know what I mean? And he in prison, and now he woke, nigga, I was woke before I came to prison. That's the sad thing about it. I was woke before I came to prison. It's attacked by the system over and over and over and over again. Eventually, well, you are just trying to go into your own shell, and you like, what, only thing I really care about, you know what I'm saying? That's what I care about. That is my sole concern. Damn principles, I was me and mine, it's survival. And that's where I was at, bro. I'm not in because I'm a bad person, bro. I mean, I was...
Has 30 seconds remaining.
I'm just trying to do better now, bro. That's what I'm trying to do, man. Bro, peace, bro. And I'm thanks for the opportunity, bro. So let me talk, bro. And I peace to everybody else out there, man. Love, because y'all going through what y'all going through, man.
Absolutely, brother. You stay safe, man. We'll definitely holler at you again. I appreciate you.